everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last build we went anime when we built the P90 from Gun Gale Online, and it was bad. Bad as in good. If you missed that build, we're going to include the link in the description below to our channel's homepage so you can go check out P90 or any of the other cool builds we have there. And now for this build, we're going to go sci-fi. So without further ado, Black Sheep Props would like to introduce you to the newest members of the family. Look at that. Bad to the bone. Look at that. That's right. It's Ahsoka's lightsabers. Originally from Rebels, but then now it's in The Mandalorian. So there you go. Check those out, man. Super cool. The short one and the long one. The long one's got the cool little recessed area in here with this strapping. Looks like it's set in there. We've got all these different sized little fins in here that we stack up. We've got the bracket on the side. We've got the cool curved shape, and we shape off the edges with the Dremel. We got the business end there where the beam comes out of, and both have the super cool D-clip on the end. Look at that, and it totally works too. We've got it trapped in there. Super nice stuff, and super easy, super fun, by the way. So, in this episode, making EVA foam Ahsoka lightsabers, we're going to go step by step through how to make both of them. And if you want to build along with us, we have templates. So we'll include the link in the description below to our storefront so you can go yank a couple templates for these babies. Or don't, just chill out, that's cool too. That's it. If you're ready to hit it, let's make something. Alright, here we go. Here's both of the bodies to our two sabers. They're both going to be the same thing. It's going to be a 24mm with a 6mm on both sides. All right, so a 6, and a 24. And here, all right, there we go. We've got all 4 of our pieces cemented. Now you know the drill with contact cement. You coat both sides, you let both sides dry, and then the cement can stick. All right, now we're going to go over to the bandsaw and the scroll saw for these little round corners. All right, there we go. Check it out. All right, now on this one, looking good. Our scroll saw cut is perfect, but the scroll saw kind of picks up some marks on our foam, so we're going to come in with our sanding sticks. All right, we're going to start with our 80, and we're going to try to clean up some of these lines. All right, there we go. We got most of it off. Now, all right, now we're going to take our 80 grit sandpaper, and we're going to wrap it around this brass tube like this. All right, so we've got a round shape, and then we can get into these corners like that. See that? Oh, nice. There. All right, that's it, just enough. Got most of those bandsaw or the scroll saw marks off of there. Nice. All right. Okay, now we got our dust mask on. You know what we always say, don't be a dum-dum. Do not Dremel and create foam dust without your dust mask on. Right. We're going to put in our beast bit, the super rough one. All right, now we're going to come in with our smooth bit. We're going to clean it up. Now we'll come in with our 220 sanding stick. Oh, nice. That's really adding to how smooth the corners are. Wow. right, let's take one more hit with the 320, which is even finer sandpaper. That is really nice. Look at that. Those are shaped out nicely. All right. Now we're going to take this 24mm piece. Here's our template. Right here. That's our piece. We're going to knock this out on the bandsaw real quick. All right, there we go. We cut the top off. All right, now we're going to get our Dremel out. We're going to round this edge over. Now we're going to come in with this 3mm piece of foam. All right, we're going to make sure we're long enough. And we probably only need to go to about there. All right, now that's as long as they need to be. All right, there's 5. All right, there we go. We cut the ends off. And we're going to transfer all these little lines over. All right, now we'll flip this pattern over to this side, and we'll transfer those same little lines we just made right there. All right, there we go. Now we've got our lines going all the way around our piece. All right. We're going to stick it down and right around our piece, just like that. We're going to hold it while it dries. There. That was not hard at all. All right, so we're just going to continue doing that on all the rest of these. There we go. Like that. Now, we've got our pattern redrawn on here. Okay, so we're going to go over to the scroll saw and very carefully we're going to cut these curves out. Hopefully our round corners here match these. And holy cow, that's nice. Looks like this whole contraption is kind of recessed down in there. That's all right, here we go. Now we're going to make sure we get really good contact right here and right here, which we did. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to lay this down right up against there and there. All right. All right, now what we did is we transferred our little template shape that's on this side to the other side, and we wrapped a piece of foam around here to create this line on both. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to come in with our X-Acto and we're going to make a nice little cut on all these spots and all the way around here. All right, follow, take this line right here all the way around the side. We're going to follow it around right where we started, right there. All right, we're going to seal it and use it to open the creases. All right, so there we go, we're sealing it. Got that nice little cut mark right in here and right around here. Okay. All right, there we go. Look at that, man. That is really nice. Holy smokes, is that cool? All right, now we're going to start layering up all these pieces for the end. All right, there we go. That's simple. All right, here we go. We took this little brass needle with the sharp end. We stuck it into our foam. Now, you saw us use this same technique when we did the ray gun for Thunderbirds because we wanted all of our circles to line up. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to use the hole in the middle and we're going to stick it on and push it right down through the middle. There we go. We're going to go all the way down and lay it flat. All right. Push it right through. Now we're going to try to line this up correctly. All right, there we go. Now we're down. All right, now we're going to come to the small one. Now we're going to alternate the larger one and then the smaller one. All right, we're going to paint all the way around the edge, just like that. Then we're going to bring it down. Now we're just going to go one at a time. We're going to go larger, smaller, all the way up. There we go. It's not perfect. It's almost impossible to perfectly line these up. But now let's pull this out. There it is. Look at that. All right, now we're going to line this up inside of our Sharpie marks right there. Don't drop it down. Come around to this side and make sure you're in a good centered spot right there. All right, there we go. Look at that. Now again, these are not centered perfectly. It's almost impossible when you're stacking that many up, but it's pretty darn close. I like it. Nice. All right, now we're gonna do the same steps for this next set. Now we're gonna slide down to this end. We're gonna take these two 6mm pieces. We've got our guideline drawn on there. And we're gonna... There we go. Beautiful. Now we're gonna come in with our Dremel. We're gonna... That is a handsome set of lightsabers right there. Look at that. We're getting there. Now we're going to begin the front assembly where the beam comes out of. Real easy stuff. 3mm, 6mm, and 4mm. All right, we're going to use our brass tube to pop out these two little holes. Look at that, man. Right through there like butter. Holy cow. And that's a perfect circle, too. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. It's going to give us a really perfect round hole. There we go. Now we're just going to do one more to go right in there. Okay, now we're going to come in with our two little plugs. And we're going to come in with our wood burner, and we're going to make a little dot right in the center. There we go. Super glue puddle. That's it. Pretty cool. All right, now our next section, we're going to stick this 12mm piece down to this 4mm. All right, there we go. Now we're going to round off those corners. Get our smooth bit back on there. All right, there we go. We rounded off the corners. Now we're going to come in with our 220 sanding stick and we're going to smooth it out. This 3mm piece of foam, making sure that we have the proper length there. All right, let's separate these two. Okay. Now we're going to come in here and we're going to tip our knife on a slight angle on both ends. Okay, right. And now we're going to cut our circle, little curved pieces out. And then we're going to come straight through like that. All right, there we go. Super glue right here in the middle. Spread it. Okay, we're flush with the bottom. We're going to wrap it around, flush with the bottom there, and And then it's going to come and meet right in the middle like that. All right, bring it around, and we're going to... All right, there we go. Look at that. Nice. Now we're just going to get really good contact all the way around the edges of it. Nice. It's got the cool little curve cut right there on the side. See that? Right there and there. Come around to this side, make sure we're in a good spot. Looks like we are. That's the end of a lightsaber right there. That's the business end too, where the beam comes out. All right. All right, let's heat seal these ends. All right, we're gonna do our two side buttons. So we're gonna come in with our 3mm piece of foam and our 6mm. We're gonna pop these two little holes out with our little brass tube. All right, and we'll keep those for later on. All right, there we go. Now let's do the other one. We're gonna come in and we're gonna taper this with our Dremel. All right, there we go. Both tapered. That's really nice. Now we're gonna heat seal these. There we go. Nice and tight. Foam tightened up. All right, now we're going to take these tiny little plugs, just like that. All right, there we go. Got the little button down inside. We've got our cool tapered collar there, and then the button down on the inside. All right, now we're going to take this 3mm piece and these 12mm pieces. We're going to stick them together, and we're going to cut this out. All right, now this was kind of tricky. All right, this is going to go on this side of our lightsaber, and it's going to go up over this piece, over the side, and down the front. All right, so we're going to have to look at it from the top, and we have to draw our line, our cutout, our line, and then over the top. All right, and we did that. We came up with a template, which is just like this, which should fit perfectly right on there like we want. But it's going to be a little bit different on each one because the foam gives a little bit. So you'll have the template for this, but you're going to have to do some adjustment because that's the tricky part that fits right on there like that. All right, so we have these are almost the same, but they're just a hair off because of the way foam gives and bends. So we're going to attach this together and cut these out on the bandsaw. All right, here we go. Look at that. Now this is almost perfect. We got to go just a little bit deeper right in here. Let's try that. Oh man, that's almost spot on. Cut our corners off, and we're going to round it. All right, there we go. We softened the round edge. That's gonna come in. Ooh, that's nice. Let's get some of these bandsaw lines off of here. Our 80, now here's our 220. We've got our line drawn. Now we discovered something that's a really amazing tip. All right, now we've come in here with a tiny little paintbrush. All right, now we're gonna, right here. All right, now look what we're gonna do. We're gonna use our little brush to get down in these little tiny edges. Look at this. I've never done this before. I don't know how I didn't think of this before, But just take your brush, a little throwaway paintbrush, for this tiny little area, because that area would be kind of hard with that big fat contact cement brush. So we come in, cheapy throwaway brushes for really accurate little pieces of contact cement that we need. All right, that is so great. That is really tight gluing right there. All right. Oh, airtight down in here, around that little edge, and around on both. All right, now these itty bitty little 3 and 4 millimeter pieces, we're gonna come in with a sharpened brass tube. And wow, right through there. Wow, love it. Super glue, little puddle. Get some cement on the bottom. All right, there we go. There's our 2 little knobs, and we took our circle template and found the center point on both. All right, and we heated up our wood burner. All right, we're gonna come in. There we go, perfect. Our little knobs with our little holes in the middle, that is perfect. All right, now we've got one last detail, and that is this, okay? We went to our local hardware store and we bought a couple D-rings. All right, and we're gonna bring these in, and these are gonna come right off of the end of this clip right here. All right, so we're gonna have to drill a little hole through here. Right. There we go. Now we're gonna get a slightly wider bit. Like that, right? See that? Now it opens up. Now what we can do is we can open it up. We can feed our D-ring through there, and we can seal it back up. That's sweet, man, sweet. All right. All right, there we go. Check that out. That is so cool. So cool and totally easy. But we're not gonna seal it in there yet. We're gonna take these out and we're gonna seal both of these with Plastidip, and we're gonna paint it. And then after we paint it, the very last step will be putting these rings in place and closing the bracket. So with that last detail, drilling the holes in the brackets, that brings the build portion of Ahsoka's lightsaber set to a close. All right, we're out at the spray stand. We're going to begin coating our lightsaber set with our Plastidip. And you know what we always say, even if you're outside in a well-ventilated area, do not spray without your respirator. All right, there we go. We got both of them coated. We're gonna let them dry, then we're gonna paint it. All right, here we are at the spray stand. We're gonna begin coating our lightsabers with our flat antique nickel. All right, there we go, check it out. Nice. Sprayed it with our flat antique nickel, and if you noticed, we held it by these 2 pieces right here. That's because those are gonna be painted black afterwards, so it's okay. But there you go. Tiny bit shiny. It's not terrible, but it's got a little bit too much shine on it for me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave these alone, let them dry. Then we're gonna come in with our matte finish, and we're gonna hit those, and that's gonna knock that shine down just a little bit. All right, there we go. We hit it with our matte spray. That was just enough to knock down some of that shine a little bit so it's more matte finish looking. All right, now this is going to be a really easy paint job. There's just a couple little details on it. We're going to come in with our 14 karat gold. Just like that. And we're going to cut in right around the edge. Now we're going to come in with our black, our satin black. Now little black ends done. We cut in and then we filled in on all of them. All right, now, while we still have our black out, and we'll just go around the whole piece on both sides of both sabers. All right, there we go. That easy? Wherever it meets up with the silver, you just cut in like that. All right, now we're going to come in with our two little diamonds, and we're going to... All right, there's 4 of them. Now we're going to come in and we're going to just cut out the diamond. That's it. Now cut all the diamonds out, and that's going to make up our templates. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of excess around it just to protect it. Now we'll come in with our sponge brush. Wow, jamming. All right, that's it. We'll do the other 3 sides now. 4 sets of diamonds. All right, now we're going to attach our D-rings. Get our D-ring inside just like that on both pieces. All right, there we go. All right, now we're going to come in right down in here. A little bit of super glue right down inside that lip. Push it together just like that. All right, there we go. It's sealed and our ring can move. All right, there we go. Check it out. Closed our bracket and our D-ring moves. Now just make sure when you're putting your super glue in there that you put just a little bit along the edge, enough to seal it, but not enough to get on the D-ring, which would stop it from moving. So we did that. Looking good there, and it's looking good here too. Really cool. Oh, that's it. That's how easy it was, man. You saw how easy the build was, and the paint job was super easy. You saw us come in, seal it with Plastidip, spray it with our flat antique nickel. It was a little bit shiny, so we came in and knocked it down a little bit with some matte spray, which toned it down a little bit, which was good. And then the rest was just really easy brush work. We did multiple coats of our gold. We came in and cut in around all of our little black details and then filled it in. And then you saw us come in and do a little bit of masking action with our modeling tape when we did our little diamonds. We've got 4 sets of diamonds around there. That's super cool, man. This thing turned out cool. Or actually, I should say these things turned out cool. So there you have it. With that last detail, attaching our D-rings to our lightsabers, that brings our Ahsoka Tano lightsaber set build to a close. There you go, both of them. Super cool and super easy. We use the exact same steps for both. This one's just a little shorter. This one we cut out the center area right in here and put in this little inset section so it looks like it's inside there, which is super cool. And you saw how we used our little spike to slide these on one at a time to try to keep them centered. It's hard when there's that many stacking up, but we did a pretty good job. And then you saw how we slit this little opening in the clip for our for a little D-ring to go in, which worked out nice. Really, really cool. And you saw the Dremel work shaping out the body, and you saw the super easy paint job, man. We sprayed it with our flat antique nickel and knocked it down just a little bit with some matte finish spray, and then we brushed everything. Brushed on the black pieces, brushed on the couple coats of the gold, and then you saw a little template action in there for our diamonds. Real easy stuff, man. These things turned out crazy awesome. Look at that. Wow. All right, that's it. That pretty much concludes making EVA foam Ahsoka lightsabers. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.